You know, I've made quite a number of videos out here at Sanford Golf Club, and this is my home course, by the way. But I've never really featured the course or talked that much about it. So that's what I wanted to do today. Since I'm featuring Muni courses, this is one of the best ones around. Condition-wise, they do a great job. I would say, I would rate it maybe around the edges just a little rough, but out in the playing surfaces, it's excellent. And I think they do a great job with the budget that they have. The greens are always good. They're an older style Bermuda. They're very grainy, but they keep them in great shape. You never come out here and see bare patches. And I've been playing here for 10 years now. Fairways are always good. They're mowed. Bunkers are always good. So it's a very well maintained course. It will seem a little short on the scorecard, but when you come to play it, it's not easy. So hole number one here at Sanford Municipal is a par 4, 356 from the men's tees, straight away, very hilly. It goes down to a bottom, and when you hit your tee shot down there, you can't see the green. You can see there's two bunkers there. So number one, straight away, and as always, I haven't done any warm-up, so let's just try to hit it nice and easy down the middle. So it appears to a lack of warm-up. I got a jerk in that, but I think it's going to be very hittable. So we're left with the true yardage is 123. We have a breeze at us. It's uphill, so it's going to play a bit longer. And the flag is basically under that limb, so I'm going to try to go around it a little bit, draw it around. Tough to do with no warm-ups, but let's just try to get it up near the green. I didn't get any hook, but I think it's going to be right by the side of the green. Well, as I suspected, I was to the right of the green and a little bit long too, but all in all, not terrible from behind those trees. So we've got about 30 feet to the edge of the green, and then about 15 more to the hole. So I'm going to use the sand wedge. We're going to do our typical setup for impact chip swing, drill one swing, drop it onto the green, and try to get it into that proverbial kiddie pool. Not bad. So it looks like we have just inside 3 feet left. And an easy par. What's that? You notice something different? Yeah, I fell into the trap. I've been eyeing this PXG Allen zero torque or almost no torque putter for quite some time. A friend of mine finally bought one. I tried his. Of course, I made everything I looked at, so I bought one. I fell into the trap. Good news is I like it a lot. The bad news is it may be just a little short. I may have to lengthen it, but that's not a big deal. And this is going to be the first 18-hole round I've played with it. I've played a few holes and putted with it on the practice green, but this is the first time I've played and kept score. So let's see how that goes too. Well, it looks like I did it again. Didn't turn the camera on the tee shot. It was a par 3, 165 to the flag, and I hit 7-iron just right of the pin here. Should be a relatively simple chip. We got a little bit of an uphill line. It's going to stop quicker. Ooh, almost. So hole number 3 is a par 4, a 90-degree dogleg right, and it's only 300 yards from here. And let's talk about this course a little bit, because if you just look at the scorecard and see the yardage, you can say, well, it's an easy course. It's not. He put in a lot of really sharp dog legs, and they're very small greens. So even if you hit a good shot out here and you have wedge to the green, it's kind of equivalent to hitting a 7-iron to a green on a bigger golf course or a bigger green. So the course is not easy by the yardage, and you can't cut many of the dog legs because it's just so sharp, there's nothing you can do. So I'm gonna just try to hit one straight out there and get it in play. I'm going with 5 wood here. Just had to try to hit it straight out. Looks like I do have the pulls today, but it's okay. Here you're getting a good view of this dog leg. The flag is barely in view around the corner, and we're a good ways out, so it's just a very strategic hole. Not about banging out there as far as you can. About as far, almost as far away from this green as you can get off the tee, and it's still only 120, but a severely downhill lie. Very steep, severe downhill lie. I got 120 and some wind help. I'm gonna try to hit this gap wedge, see if I can get it up there on or just short. That looks really good there. Didn't quite get to the green, but I think I can make par from there. So here we are, just short of the green. And the reason I said just short or on up there is because there's a severe tilt to this green back this way. And you just don't want to get behind the hole. But you can make pars from down here. And since we have an uphill lie and an uphill landing area, I'm going to use the gap wedge instead of a 56 to help me get it there. It should behave pretty much like a 56 on flat ground. And this was a little bit of a mistake, letting the chip go past the hole. Even though it's 3 feet, it's no gimme for sure. It's going to come hard left, and it's very downhill. See if this new putter can help me out. Oh yeah. So that's 3 pars and no greens in regulation. Number 4, par 4, another dog leg right. It seems to be a sharper dog leg than this picture shows you, because we have to place our tee shot at a certain distance down there or we won't have a shot. Too far and you're blocked out, too short and you're blocked out. So 367, and we're downhill and we're downwind, and I am hitting a 5-iron, which with these conditions should go around 200 yards. Straight out, don't try to cut the corner. We're a 120 and very downwind, and what I meant about the tee shot is you can see this overhanging oak tree on the left, and I'm in the fairway in the middle. If I went much farther left, I'd be blocked out by that. And over on the right is a pine that would do the same thing. So we got downwind 120. I'm going to hit this gap wedge again. Flag's in the back at 120, so even if I don't hit it 120, it should be on the green. That was getting a little better. That should be good. As I suspected from back there, I didn't get to the flag, but I'm in the middle of the green, so I'm fine. If you overcalculate and you hit it too far, there's a downhill slope here and you're in the forest, so it's better to be just short here. Now I have a very downhill putt. It looks like it may go this way just a bit. I have the camera zoomed way in, so you probably can't see me, but I wanted you to get a good look at the putt. And from this side, it looks like it wants to break the other way. It's downhill, we got to be careful. And I was just a little too careful. I left it an inch short. So number 5, another short dog leg. 314 from the white tees. 340. I'm going to play this one back a little bit, probably closer to 325. Just because. Okay, number 5, 325-ish from here. I've got 3 wood, just going to try to go straight out. We don't need a lot of distance here. We need a ball in play. And that's just perfect, right at the 100-yard post. Excellent. We have 81 yards left, and it's uphill. Probably going to play closer to 90. I'm going with this 56 wedge, which is my most lofted club. Try not to get too cute, just get it on there. Stay relaxed, make a good swing. Okay, so this time I hit it right instead of left, but a really good distance. So I got another birdie look. We've got about 15 feet. Pretty level, but a lot of break left. So let's see what this thing can do for me here. Still getting used to it, but I like it. I like how I can aim it. Just didn't play enough break, I think. Many of these greens, not all of them, but a lot of them, have a lot of slope like this way or this way. They're not your typical Donald Ross turtleback greens, but they all have a slant in them, which makes it tough to make putts, really, unless you happen to be directly below the hole up the hill. Number 6, par 3, straight ahead, 125 from this tee. There's a bunker on each side, nothing in front. Got some overhanging trees that kind of bother you. This teeing ground is a little thin, so I do have the ball on a tee, which I ordinarily don't bother with. And guess what club I'm hitting? It seems to work out here at Sanford that on certain days you hit the same club over and over and over again. So I've got the 52 gap wedge once again. That was right at it if it gets there. Wow, actually a little deep, but I like it. Okay, we ended up, I'll say about 9 feet past the hole. I'm uphill and it's going to break a little right. I just love how I can aim this thing. I've got to get used to the feel of the speed, the ball coming off of it. There it is. Okay. Wow. Number 7, 380 par 4 dogleg right. This is the most difficult par 4 on this 9, partly because it's 380 and we still have the dogleg and it's uphill. And as is the case right now, the prevailing wind is always at us here. And so the hole is probably going to play more like 420. With all the factors I mentioned and the fact that we've had so much rain in the last 10 days that I'm really rolling. So I'm just going to try to hit one up the middle with maybe just a little cut. That should be just fine. It was more right than I wanted. And again, that's why we aim it up the middle. Had I aimed that down the tree line, like where it went, I'd have been in the trees, probably out of bounds. But I'm in good shape now. So I'm going to pan around and show you some of the course. This is the tee to the par 3 I just played. Just over on the other side is the green to the previous hole. We're going to pan around. This is the hole I'm playing. Just the other side of the pines is my next hole. Off in the distance through those trees, you can see the clubhouse, which would be just beyond number 9 green. And yes, I'm out of breath. 164. This shot plays about a half club uphill anyway, and we have wind. So I'm going to go with 6 iron. The flag is in the back, as in the case of the other hole. If I don't get it all the way to the flag, I'm okay with that. Now the wind's really picking up. Well, I went back and got the 5 because I just feel like I'm going to swing too hard. And the moment I get here over the ball with a 5, the wind dies. I don't mean it died down. I mean it just quit. Okay. Okay, back to 6. That's decent. I think it'll be on the front edge. Okay, so either the wind ate that up or I didn't hit it as well as I felt like I did. So we're short. Got another 50 something foot chip. And I have an uphill lie, an uphill landing area. So again, I'm going to use the gap wedge to help get it there. See if we can get it in the kiddie pool and have another easy chance at par. I like it. I'm thinking I may need to do another short game video. As you can see, I'm not hitting the ball all that well, making pars, and that's the name of the game, is scoring. And on the days when you just aren't hitting it as well as you want to, you can still shoot a good score if you know how to chip close and make a 3-footer. Okay, number 8, par 4, 326, another sharp dog leg. Fortunately, the back 9 does lengthen out and straighten out some. Okay, we just want to hit 3 wood down the middle, not try to cut a corner, leave ourselves a nice wedge or whatever to the green. Not the prettiest shot in the world, but it's effective. We're fine. Well, we pulled that tee shot, but we stayed in the fairway, and we lost probably 25 yards by going this way, but that's okay. The flag's in the front. We've got 114. I'll give you one guess which club I'm hitting again. And this is one of the original Ross greens. It sits perched up on a plateau. It's kind of like hitting your wedge onto a big stump. It goes down in the front and down in the back. So it's really important to get the right distance. This should be basically just a very normal stock gap wedge here. Should be the right club. A little bit right, but I like it. Yeah, she's on there. That gap wedge ended up being perfectly flag high, 12 feet to the right. I've got another ticklish putt downhill, enough to be dangerous, and breaking left. And it's just tough to match line and speed when you have this much break. So it looks like I'm going to give this about 4 inches to the right, 4 to 5. Try to get the speed right. Oh yeah, that was moving a little faster than I wanted. Oh, number 9, par 5, 447 from the men's tee. Sounds really short. The problem is, you hit your big drive out there and you're on a severe downhill slope, and the green is way up a hill, and it's just tough to hit that shot. So it makes it play a lot longer than the yardage. And that being said, I'm going to go back to the back of this tee, so I will be playing at about 470, 475. Okay, number 9, par 5, 470 from where we are. All we want to do with this tee shot is not go right. I don't know if you can see them, but there are white stakes all down the right side. And even if there weren't, it's all forest. Got acres and acres over on the left. So we're going to hit it out towards that little grove of trees and maybe cut it a little bit. Oh yeah, could be my best drive of this 9. Generally, because of how you saw the courses laid out, I only hit 3 drivers on this 9. That will be number 1, number 7, and number 9. The rest of them are all position holes. Again, I'm going to give you a look at some of the course. There is number 8 green right there with a red flag. And then, we'll zoom in a little bit. You can see a white flag stick past that pine tree. That's the 3rd green. These people are in the 3rd fairway. We're going to come around here. Coming out from behind that pine limb is a blue flag. That's the 1st hole. You can see some other holes over in the distance a little bit. And then here's the hole I'm on, and it goes over the hill, down the hill, and back up to the clubhouse, which is under renovation right now. So I can't really show you anything there. Okay, we're at 223 uphill. I could hit driver, but I don't think I have the energy right now. It's I didn't mention it's 95 degrees today, and I'm walking, and I'm feeling it. Most of what I want to do here is hit a decent 3-wood, stay out of trouble, and have a chance to have a birdie putt. Okay, it's along the right side, but it should be okay. I expected that to go left because the ball was above my feet. Left herself a tough chip. There's a lot of break on this chip and tough for the speed control. It goes uphill and then back down. Watch it keep going. Yeah, you see? Tough shot. Play it much higher and it stays up there. Well, we only got that to 9 feet, and I knew it was going to be a tough shot, even when it went right of the green. But it's uphill, and it may go just a teeny bit right. I'm going to play it, try to play it inside left or straight in. Try to get the speed. Couldn't do it. Couldn't aim it at the hole. Only a par. Here we are approaching up on number 10 tee. The range is over here. You see everybody and their brother and sister are out hitting ball. Grass is just beautiful. Course is in great shape. So we've got number 10, par 4, 339, getting a little longer, a little less of a dog leg. Ha, went right under the limbs of that pine and it'll be fine. And the golf is getting ugly. My legs are getting very weary. Okay, 128 downwind. I need to turn it a little bit. I've got, guess what? Gap wedge again. Let's see what happens. I need to turn it a little bit. We'll take it. Wasn't pure, but it was on line. Semi-scuffed sand wedge. Left us about 14 feet for birdie. This is very slightly downhill. It's going to come left a bit. So again, I'm going to try to give it 3 inches right and get the correct speed. See if that's correct. Oh, yeah, I'm starting to like this putter. I can hit it on line where I want to hit it a lot better. Number 11, par 3, 181 on the sign. I measure from here, I'm back behind the tee, and we're 180 here, the flag's up. I've got to go with 5. I'm getting really tired, And you really don't want to scuff one here because it's all swamp right now because of the flooding we've had. So I need to hit a good solid shot up into the air. It's more about hitting it solid and less about hitting it on line here. So we're going to stay down real good and just make sure we make good impact with the ball. And again, it's left but well hit. I might can make par from there. Good. Okay, here we go again. Missed the green pin high, almost maybe a little past pin high left. Should be a relatively easy par. I'm going to carry this just a few feet onto the green with the sand wedge. Let it trickle on down to the hole. Who knows? Maybe it'll go in. Never know. See that big circle down there I want to go in? Thought I had called it. About 2.5 feet. We can play this one in the hole. And we got number 12. Getting a little longer now, 410. Very slight dog leg, but it's long enough. We don't need to do anything with the dog leg. 410 from the men's tees. And this is also always into the prevailing wind here. We do have a bit of breeze blowing today. So here's a look at the chute we have to hit up through. And as I zoom in, it's going to look a little bigger, but it's pretty small. Tough driving hole because not only do we have to keep it in that little small area, we really want to get some distance out of it because the hole is so long. Okay. Best one of the day. Very slight cut on it, but who cares? That ball was hammered. Left with 145, and you can barely see the flag over to the right of that gunchy stuff. There's a lot of green to the left of it. So odds are I'll probably play left of the flag. I'm going to go with 8 iron. Doesn't seem to be a lot of wind right now. And I just took a little break for about 5 minutes and rested up. Maybe we can make contact. Well, a little left again, but nothing terrible. Green high, it'll be another chip and a putt, I hope. Well, does this look familiar? We've had a lot of these today. Now this time, I have a pretty flat level lie and a mostly flat green, but yet I'm gonna go with pitching wedge rather than gap wedge or 56 because the edge of the green is close to me and I can make a smaller swing and have the ball run all the way to the hole. So we'll just carry it on a few feet and let it run on up there. It should be reasonably straight. Can't ask for more than that. It's about 2 feet or less. Maybe more like 2.5 feet. This should be play inside the hole putt, inside right. Number 13, par 4, 381. Always into the wind if there's wind. A big chasm out in front of us. So we have here this chasm here and then a level above us. So it's basically an uphill tee shot. And we've got a pretty strong wind. I'd say 25 to 30 maybe at us. And the second shot plays uphill too, so the hole plays really long. Fortunately, it's very wide out there, so here I just try to hit it a little bit, and I worry less about the direction and more about hitting a really good, solid, hard ball. Yeah, that was hit hard. So it's down the right side, but I really don't care. There's a lot of room on both sides. So I guess what I'm saying on this whole strategy wise, distance is probably a little more important than line, a little more, and it gives you a chance to do that. So some holes you're going to hold back or hit less than driver to make sure you're in play. This one's got a big wide area, so might as well go for a good longer drive. We've got 154 and it plays about a half club uphill. So I'm going to say 160 and I'm going to go with the 7-iron. And it's important here not to miss it left, the big hill that goes down. So I'm going to aim a bit right of the flag. If it goes there, it just does. That's where I want it to go. And that's pretty much where I aimed it and I'm happy with it. It should bounce left. There it comes. That could turn out very nice. You can see as we walk up, the shot turned out much better than I had planned. Sometimes that happens in golf. All right, we're at about 6 feet. It's going to break to the right. I'm going to play the ball out on the left. And I'm going to tell the Allen putters, start paying for yourself here. Yes. The tee markers are not over here. I like to come to this left teeing ground because nobody comes over here because everybody slices. So they want to be as far over that way as they can be, and they grumble when the club puts the tee over here. I like to challenge myself here and want to try to hit a little bit of a hook or draw. So I'm just going to hit 5 wood out there and try to turn it over a little bit, just a little. That should work out great. I'll be honest, it's more left than I wanted, but it's fine. And once again, that's why we aim them out in the middle, give ourselves room. Well, because of the wet ground, we didn't bound up as far as I thought it would. So we came up a little short. We're still okay. We've got, I know it looks like grass. This is basically bare mud here. And I've got 130 downwind. I'm going with pitching wedge. The wind's changing up on me. So the wind changed. The wind changed up on me. I went back and I got 9. A smidge heavy, but maybe it'll be beside the green. Looks like maybe I should have stuck with the wedge because it got me into the bunker. The wedge would have been back there, but here we are. Let's just hit this little, splash this little bunker shot out and make a par. Nothing violent, Tony, just splash it out. Just like that. We're here on number 16. It's a par 5 dogleg left. The yardage sign is way down there where the white tees usually are, and they built this tee and added it on. So I'm not sure what the yardage is from here. I'm going to say it's somewhere around 5 or 505. Possible reach into if I really nail it here. Oh yeah, another really good one. Okay, we're left with 235 to a back pin. These guys are just leaving the green. I'm going with 3 wood. I'm gonna try to get it up there as far as I can. Maybe get up and down for another bird. Wasn't the best hit I ever did, but it might run up on there a little bit. It's going to be just short of the fringe. Pretty golf hole though. As we're coming up the fairway toward the green, we're about 180 out right now. Very nice view. We've got one fairway bunker about what, 60, 80 yards from the green, and then a greenside bunker. Okay, well, we came up short. I hit that 3-wood all of 200 yards. I think I caught it in the neck pretty bad, but we're up here with a chance. I'm going to say this is 90 feet maybe. We're going to chip with the pitching wedge, try to help get it back there without having to hit it so hard. We'll call this one the jacuzzi instead of the kiddie pool. Not bad. I think I still left about 5 feet though. Yeah, this one's about 4.5 feet and it's pretty straight in. So, earn your keep, Mr. Allen. Okay, number 17, par 4, 424 from the men's tee. A creek out there that I could possibly reach, but probably not today with the wet ground. Really the toughest par 4 out here. We like to joke and say, this is the only course we've ever seen that finishes with 3 consecutive par 5s. Because 16 and 18 are par 5s, and this one plays like one. So you can see here it goes down the hill into the valley and then back up to the green. So this hole is just a matter of survival, really. You want to hit a good solid drive out there and have a chance to get on or near the green in 2. I'm going to go out kind of toward the bridge because the worst thing you can do is go right. There's a swamp over there, a penalty. You just can't hit it. So we're going to go toward the bridge and cut it back a little bit. Perfect. Okay. Good look at the green. Got a red flag up front. I have no clue where that ball is. Okay, we really need to pop this one up. And I'm about out of juice. We're finding on number 18, par 5, 475. There's a pond down there almost 300 yards. And a big breeze at us again, so can't reach that anyway. That was a really good one there. We got 212 left, and uphill into a stiff breeze. I've just got to go with 3-wood. Wow, right at it. We'll see what happens. I can't tell. We'll see when we get up there if it reached or not. Well, looks like we did get it on the edge there. Probably about 40 feet for eagle, but hey, it's for eagle. Well, I stepped it off. It's 36 feet. Fairly well up the hill with a lot of break left. You see this whole green leans this way and that way. And I'm going to have to give this one about 3 to 4 feet of break out to the right. And then it made a loud, I mean, it didn't turn hard at all. So I hope you got a good look at my home course. It's a really good muni course. I take it for granted because I'm here all the time, but it's one of the best ones.